Alright, now we're on the T-Mag 2. I've already got all the dies set up proper because I've got like 5 heads for this thing, and I keep separate calibers set up for particular rounds. And I've got the scale set at 0. It's been warming for 30 minutes at least. So the scale zeros and everything. And here we'll make up 10 rounds for our first test for feet per second and how they group out there on the target. So first thing I'll do is put a primed, you see that? I hope so. A primed piece of brass on the scale, 0 it. Alright, now it's zeroed. Now I can put it in here, I'm going to size it, expand it with a 450 sizer, come underneath the powder dispenser, and then at that point I'm going to weigh it. I really want these to be 4.9 grains. So I've got 4.9 grains here. Go ahead and run this one out. So I'll seat it, and then in a separate die here, I've got the die set up to crimp it. 473 at the right here at the case mouth. If you measure it real careful, 473 is what the book says. I like to get like 472 or 471. I like for the case to bite in a little bit to the powder coating so that it can't get set back in the magazine. And I know that I've got good starting pressures too. So I go just a little wee bit under what the book says as far as case measurement goes. Alright, so there I've done the crimp. I drop it in the case checker, or the round checker here. Now I see that it's smooth across the back, so it's not underneath. I didn't crimp it too much so that the crimp gets into the chamber area, or not the chamber, but the lead area, because you know you can generate high pressure when you're trying to get past that brass, and the brass is constricted in the cylinder. So anyway, I run them through that each time. And we'll run a couple here. So first thing, zero this next piece of brass. Now these are workup loads. When I move over to the lock and load and set up that press to throw at 4.9, if that's the number I want, I'm not going to be weighing them each time like this, but I will weigh them intermittently every 20 rounds or something like that, just to make sure that powder throw is not doing something screwy or something with the press is going wrong. You know what I mean? So this is just, we're being real anal here about these test rounds. Now you notice I leave the powder throw in the down position because as I'm racking this turret around, I'm vibrating the powder in this hopper and making it settle. But if I left this lever in the up position where the metering hole in this assembly was facing up into the powder hopper, every time I move this dispenser on this turret and vibrate it, it's packing that powder tighter and tighter into the metering hole. I don't want that. So what I'll do is, what I do here, okay, I've taken my charge. I'll show you on the next one. So what I do is I leave it in the delivered position. So I don't have a metering hole facing that thing on the rest of the work in this round. Does that make sense to you? Alright, so next thing is put a round on it, seat it, crimp it, run it through the checker, good to go. Let's try and do one here continuous. Alright, and you notice that I did a double tap on top. When I bring this arm up, that's when I'm filling that metering hole. The very first time I go up and tap, the powder drops in and tries to fill it, but we know that it doesn't fill it completely. So that extra little tap makes everything settle in the metering hole of the dispenser. And I have found out over doing hundreds of individual sampling that if I'll double tap on top and settle the powder in the powder throw itself in the metering hole, it's more accurate. And so I'm real happy with that. Alright, go ahead. Seat one, crimp one, run it through the checker. Alright, here we go again. This time we'll zero this booger. Zeroed, size it, expand it, charge it. I try to use the same amount of force each time when I'm double tapping. Alright, 5.0, 10th too high. We can't have that. There we go, there's our 4.9. Seat one, crimp it. I kind of spin it in my finger just in case I had this projectile on here a little bit crooked and it tried to shave it on one side. And if you just spin it real quick before you put it in the checker, you can tell whether it's been shaved or not. Right? Alright, let's tear it. Whew, it's hot in here. Got my fan turned way down below and I can't even feel it. Size it, expand it, charge it. Weigh it. There's my 4.9. It's so important to use the same amount of force when you double tap on that top side, because that's you're settling the load in the metering chamber of this throw. So there you go. Seat it, crimp it. It was good. Alright, so maybe that's enough loading to show you exactly what's going on. Next thing we'll do is I'll finish loading up 10 of these and we'll go out to the target and run them through the chronograph. Alright. Hang in there.